The seer told Yetunde that for her child to live, she must transfer her pregnancy and the child therein to the belly of another woman whom she trusts. The person she chose would have to carry and deliver the child for her when it is due. Once upon a time, in a small village called Iluadun, lived two young women whose names were Yetunde and Olufunke. Yetunde and Olufunke became friends because their mothers had been close friends when Yetunde's mother was still alive. The friendship between the two girls blossomed and their bond grew even stronger than that of their mothers. Yetunde and Olufunke were extremely beautiful maidens, and as such, many suitors sought to have them as their bride. In the village of Iluadun were two princes also. Prince Adeoba, who is the first and the next in line to be the king, and his younger brother, Prince Adekeji. Prince Adeoba met Yetunde one day, and with time, they fell in love with each other and got married. Olufunke also fell in love with the younger prince, Prince Adekeji. However, Prince Adekeji did not like Olufunke as he loved another maiden in the village named Ireti. Yetunde also wants her friend to be in the palace with her. It would gladden my heart to have my best friend be my sister-in-law and to also live in the palace with me, she thought to herself. So, she told her husband Prince Adeoba about Olufunke's interest in the junior prince and her own desire that Olufunke be her sister-in-law also. And together, they tried to make Prince Adekeji fall for Olufunke and to make him marry her. But despite all their efforts and tricks to make Prince Adekeji accept and marry Olufunke, he did not, because his love for his sweetheart Ireti was strong, and so he married Ireti instead. This broke Olufunke's heart, who had rejected numerous suitors because she wanted to keep herself for Prince Adekeji. Now, Yetunde, who had been married for 5 years, was yet to conceive. She had consumed numerous herbal concoctions from different herbal doctors to no avail. And now, the king of the village had just died, making Prince Adeoba, who is the first son and heir, next to be crowned. However, before Prince Adeoba would be crowned, he had to first have a son. This bothered Yetunde, who was yet to bear a child, let alone a son. Prince Adekeji and his wife Ireti had given birth to a daughter. If it were a son, Prince Adeoba would have lost the throne to his younger brother. So, as per their custom, it was decided that whomever amongst the princes who would have a son first would be the one who would be crowned king. This made Yetunde more desperate, as she does not want her husband to lose the throne and his birthright because of her inability to give him a son. Yetunde visited more herbal doctors and medicine men in her desperation. Eventually, she became pregnant, but so did Ireti at the same time. Tension grew in the palace as everyone watched to see who would bear a son first between the prince's wives. Ireti gave birth first, and it was a girl again, which gave Yetunde and Adeoba some hope. 4 days later, Yetunde also went into labor. However, the baby was stillborn, leaving Yetunde devastated. Well, Yetunde did not grieve for long as she became pregnant again 5 months later. However, tragedy struck again and the baby was stillborn. This devastating experience repeated itself a third time after Yetunde became pregnant again. All 3 of her stillborn babies were boys. These events made some people tag Yetunde a witch who kills and eats her babies. Some who were less mean tagged her curse and felt pity for her. Despite all this, Yetunde still has the love of her husband, Prince Adeoba. He was never angry with his wife, and neither did he blame or treat her unfairly as some desperate husband would do. Rather, he comforted her. If it is the will of the gods that my younger brother be crowned king, then so be it. All I desire is to have and carry my own child, and I do not care if it is male or female, Prince Adeoba said. Olufunke also shared in her friend's sorrow, offering her psychological support and comfort. By the gods, you would have a son soon, and he would live, Olufunke kept saying to her friend. When Yetunde became pregnant again for the 4th time, she said, I cannot lose my child again, male or female. All I want is for my child to live and for me to be called a mother, Yetunde said to her friend one day, with worry but determination. I know a woman who can help us, Olufunke's mother said to Yetunde. She is a powerful seer who lives in the cave of Okeado village. I hear that there is no problem she cannot solve, Olufunke's mother said. So, the next day, with support and permission from her husband, Yetunde traveled to the village called Okeado to meet the said seer. She was accompanied by 2 palace guards, her friend Olufunke, and Olufunke's mother who took them there. You will have a stillbirth again if you do not act fast, the seer declared. Immediately Yetunde entered her cave. Yetunde was shocked that the seer could foresee her problem without being told why she had come to see her. At the same time, she was scared about the thought of having a stillbirth again. Please help me. I want my child to live, Yetunde cried to the seer. If you want the child you carry to live, you must do something beyond the ordinary, the seer responded. The seer told Yetunde that for her child to live, she must transfer her pregnancy and the child therein to the belly of another woman whom she trusts. The person she chose would have to carry and deliver the child for her when it is due. She asked Yetunde to go back home and think about it carefully and return to her with the person she had chosen once she had made a decision. Upon her return home, Yetunde told her husband what the seer said, and though Prince Adeoba thought that it was such a ridiculous idea and something which seemed unnatural, he eventually agreed to the idea in order to make his wife happy. For the unconditional love she had for her friend, Olufunke offered to help Yetunde carry her baby in her womb and deliver it for her when it is due. And so, Yetunde returned to the seer with Olufunke as the one she trusts and have chosen to help her carry a child. The seer made some incantations for a while as she kept touching Yetunde and Olufunke's bellies with her staff. And when she was done, and in what seemed like a flash, Olufunke's belly grew big. The seer told Yetunde that she would look pregnant still and would still feel as though her baby is still in her womb. According to her, this is so that people would not know that she had transferred her pregnancy and her baby, and for them to believe that she delivered the baby herself by the time it will be born. She also said to Yetunde that on the day the baby would be born, she would also experience the pains of labor even though she is not the one carrying the baby in her womb. She explained that it would happen that way because she is the baby's original mother. She asked Yetunde to take good care of Olufunke, which Yetunde promised to do. And so, Olufunke moved to the palace to be with Yetunde until the time when she would deliver the baby. At first, everyone who lived in the palace were surprised to see Olufunke heavily pregnant. When did she become pregnant, and for whom, they wondered. To stop the gossip and keep their secrets, Yetunde told everyone that Olufunke got married quietly to a man from another village some months back, and that her husband had gone on a trip. I want my pregnant friend to be around me because I perceive that her presence would bring me good luck and make my own baby live, Yetunde said, making a lie seem true. 4 months later, when it was due, Olufunke delivered the baby. It was a baby boy. However, Olufunke refused to hand over the baby to Yetunde. Olufunke went to the elders and kingmakers of the village and lied to them that it was Prince Adeoba who had gotten her pregnant and that she was married to no one. The son that I have born is Prince Adeoba's child, Olufunke said. Along with Olufunke was her mother and the royal midwife who helped her deliver the baby, and they both confirmed Olufunke's story. The chiefs, kingmaker, and everyone had cause to believe Olufunke because of her stay in the palace during the time she was pregnant. But to fully ascertain Olufunke's claim, the kingmaker brought out a sacred staff which could tell if a child is of a royal blood, and he placed it on the baby. And when he did, the staff gave a sign to show that the baby was indeed a royal and also an heir to the throne. And so, it was agreed that Prince Adeoba be made to marry Olufunke because she would be the one who would be crowned alongside Prince Adeoba because she bore him a son. Yetunde was devastated as she could not believe that her friend whom she trusted and thought was helping her would turn around to betray her. Prince Adeoba, because of his love for Yetunde, wanted to reject the throne, as he could not bring himself to marry the deceitful Olufunke. However, Yetunde pleaded with him to go ahead and do as the chiefs and kingmaker have requested. If you would not do it for the throne, at least do it for our child, because that child is your blood, Yetunde said. And so, the marriage ceremony between Prince Adeoba and Olufunke was fixed on the same day of the coronation. However, on the day of the coronation, as the kingmaker placed the crown on Olufunke said, the gods and the spiritual power backing the crown dealt with her because she was not the right person to wear the crown. Olufunke started screaming and later confessed that the baby was not her own. In her confession, she explained that Yetunde's baby was actually never transferred to her womb, but that the seer had only just made her stomach look swollen in order to make Yetunde believe their deceit. Yetunde had actually remained pregnant and delivered her baby herself. But the midwife and Olufunke, using a juju substance which the seer gave to them, made Yetunde semi-unconscious while she was in labor and totally unconscious after the baby came out, so they could carry the baby. Olufunke also confessed that she was responsible for Yetunde's inability to conceive in the beginning and the stillbirth of her babies later on. She confessed to being angry at Yetunde because she believed that Yetunde did not try hard enough to get Prince Adekeji to marry her. So, while Yetunde was in the palace, she hated and envied her position. Olufunke's mother also shared her daughter's grievance, and so she sought help from an evil seer who assisted them with their wicked deeds. Immediately after Olufunke's confession, the stomachs of her mother, the evil royal midwife, and herself suddenly and outrageously swelled, and they groaned from unbearable pain. All three of them were taken to the evil forest where they eventually died. Yetunde was relieved and happy to have her baby back, as she and her husband were crowned king and queen of Iluadun. They lived happily ever after. The end.
I hope you enjoyed the story and have learned a thing or two from it. I would love to know. Please leave a comment. Thank you for watching and see you in our next video. Bye.